The ultimatum wasn't delivered to the House Freedom Caucus. The ultimatum was delivered to the House Republicans as a group. I delivered it myself. The president wants a vote today. That's not targeting any moderate group, any conservative group. He wants a vote. He's tired of the drawn-out negotiations. He's tired of folks always coming up with better ideas and nitpicking the bill as it is. This is not a politician. This is a businessman, and he thinks the time has come for a vote. Regarding whether or not he's got the votes, that's up to Mr. Ryan and Mr. McCarthy to count the votes. As to whether or not negotiations are ceased, I think we made it very clear last night that if the Republicans need to work amongst themselves on the Hill in order to tweak the bill a little bit here or there in order to get the necessary votes to pass, that's fine with the president as long as it doesn't change the underlying bill, and I doubt that it would at this point. But when I said last night to the group that the negotiations had ended, that meant the president had talked to everybody. There's been more people in the White House here behind me in the last week than there probably were during the entire 8 years of the Obama administration. The president has done what he's supposed to do, and he is done negotiating. So if they want to fix the bill or tweak the bill a little bit better to say, that's fine with him, but he's done negotiating with anybody.
Okay, so it'd be naive to think that there aren't a bunch of backroom things going on right now as we speak. There are.
Sure, that's the way legislation gets done. The point of the matter, though, is the president has his offer on the table, and he wants a vote today.
Do you think I don't want to talk about the Freedom Caucus solely, but because you kind of got on the whole House, I understand that. But do you think that this remedy where states get to decide what's mandated and what's not, should that be enough for these guys? Are they sacrificing the perfect or sacrificing the good for the perfect?
With respect to my friends with whom I've served and a group that I helped found, yes, I really do believe that. The essential health benefits, we're getting drawn down into details. Let's step back and talk about what the purpose is here. The House Freedom Caucus wants lower premiums. I have news for them. So does the president. The moderates in the House Republican Conference want lower premiums. Everyone wants lower premiums, and we think that essential health benefits, along with the other things, what Tom Price can do, for example, as Secretary of HHS, will lower premiums. We only have to lower them for 2 years. The CBO has already made very clear that in years 1 and 2, premiums may go up under this plan, but they will go down beginning in year 3 and continue down over the long term. So it's a short-term problem, but it can be easily fixed. Essential health benefits do that. The things that the president has talked about in phase 2 and phase 3 do that as well. That should be enough for everybody in the House, regardless of their political philosophies.
You know, Director Mulvaney, the president is on the record saying that if he didn't care about the American people, he'd let Obamacare collapse over the next year or two. So if this were to get a no vote today, maybe that's, you know, to a lot of pure conservatives, that might even work better if it collapsed under its own weight. Will there be no plan B whatsoever? Would the president let it just play out over the next 18 months or so? Do you know?
Yeah. He absolutely will. He has other things that he wants to do. Impatient is not the right, busy would be the right way to describe this president. He works 18 hours a day. He has other things to do. He wants to get tax reform done. He wants an infrastructure bill approved. He's got other jobs programs moving through the White House behind me. He doesn't have time, doesn't want to spend the time for the next 2, 4, 6, 8 months, whatever it would take. And that's what it would take, by the way, if you let the House go about its own business. He wants to move on to other things to help fix the country.
Do you think that it would be harder or easier to get tax reform done, given whether this is up or down on health care? Harder or easier?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of discussion about that. I've heard both sides of the argument. I think at the end of the day, legislation stands on its own merits, and the viability of the tax plan will be based almost exclusively on the merits of that plan. And I can assure you, we think it's going to be an excellent plan. So we do not think it's impacted one way or the other by this decision.
There's not votes for a clean repeal. Is there? Could that ever happen? Instead of just letting it go, could Congress offer that up to see if that would pass of Obamacare with no replacement?
Yeah, another one of the things that goes unreported to my friends who have said, well, this doesn't do enough to repeal. The bill that's currently in front of the House today doesn't do enough, supposedly, to repeal Obamacare. It does more to repeal Obamacare than the 2015 bill. But to your point, there would not be the votes today, I don't think, in the House to do a clean repeal without a replacement. In fact, the president doesn't support that. He's told the American public he wants to do repeal and replace at the same time. So as far as he's concerned, the 2015 pure repeal bill or mini repeal bill is off the table.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.